My name is Michael, and I started this channel with the purpose of telling real life paranormal horror stories. The stories have been changed a little for dramatization, but all the fact links that I can find are provided in the description. Sit back and relax. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
In the hushed streets of North London, a haunting tale unfolded in August 2016, shrouding the Iverson family in the shadows of an otherworldly tragedy. The enigma began when 26-year-old Kennedy Iverson, tormented by an inexplicable pain in his throat, spiraled into a state of aggression and bizarre behavior that would lead to a deadly exorcism attempt. Reports surfaced of Kennedy biting his father, issuing menacing threats, and deliriously describing a serpent coiled within him. Fueled by desperation and fear, his family, the Iversons, embarked on a harrowing journey to exorcise the perceived demonic presence that had taken hold of their beloved son. Here is what BBC reported. There's a link to it in the description as well.
Jurors had the family held deep religious beliefs and were connected with the Jesus Sanctuary Ministries in southeast London. On 19 August, Kennedy became aggressive, bit his father, and threatened to cut off his own penis, so his mother sought advice from a minister rather than seeking medical help. The family then set about attempting to cure Kennedy through restraint and prayer over the next 3 days, the court was told.
His brother, Colin Iverson, told police, "It's clear that thing was in him. What we believed was a demon because it was not natural. It was clearly trying to kill him," he said. "We had to restrain him for himself. It was clear if we didn't restrain him, he could have tried to harm people in our family." Trapped in a grim dance between spiritual desperation and familial duty, Kennedy found himself bound to his bed for 3 agonizing days, subjected to the fervent prayers and restraints imposed by his family, the Iversons. The sinister undercurrents of this makeshift exorcism would cast a chilling shadow over the Iverson household. It was only when Kennedy's health deteriorated to a critical state, with signs of dehydration and respiratory distress, that emergency services were summoned. However, by then, the echoes of tragedy had already woven their threads into the fabric of the Iverson family's existence. He appeared to have developed breathing issues and was pronounced dead at 10:17 in the morning. Here is what The Independent reported.
A family accused of killing a man during an apparent exorcism believed that he had been possessed by a demon. Kennedy Iverson, 26, died in his home in Enfield, North London, on 22 August 2016 after he was allegedly tied up using cable ties, rope, and handcuffs as his family tried to cure him. He had apparently become unwell 2 weeks earlier and had complained of pain in his throat and difficulty sleeping. A few days later, Mr. Iverson apparently complained about a python or a snake inside him. The court heard that Colin Iverson, Kenny's brother, had told police something took over his brother that was not natural before relatives decided to restrain him. In a police interview, the 26-year-old said there was another personality coming through his brother in the days leading up to his death. "It's clear that thing was in him. What we believed was a demon because it was not natural. It was clearly trying to kill him," he said. "We had to restrain him for himself. It was clear if we didn't restrain him, he could have tried to harm people in our family." He told officers Mr. Iverson was hearing voices and had mentioned a joke he made about the number of the beast when he was a teenager, like he was regretting something. Colin Iverson said his brother seemed to improve at times when the family prayed for him, but added, at a certain time of night, like a full moon, it would just click. He told police the family, who jurors have heard hold deep charismatic Christian beliefs, removed all the knives from the kitchen and decided to restrain Mr. Iverson when he became aggressive and tried to get into his mother's bedroom. "When it got to the violent stage, we said, 'No, we have got to protect him,'" he added. The court has heard how Harry Iverson, 32, called 999 on 22 August saying that his younger brother had been complaining of dehydration. Paramedics who arrived at the house were told Mr. Iverson had been behaving abnormally over 3 days. Mr. Iverson was said to have become very agitated and developed breathing difficulties. Despite efforts to resuscitate him, he was pronounced dead at 10:17 in the morning. Roy Iverson said his brother's actions were shocking to hear. but he did not consider calling professional help because it was a domestic issue. Kenneth Iverson told jurors he ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but denied that an association with cults, occults and secret societies played any part in the death. The 26-year-old was pronounced dead after Harry Iverson called emergency services, saying his brother had been complaining of dehydration.
Kenneth Iverson, the patriarch of the family, stood before the jurors acknowledging the extreme measures taken but vehemently denying any connection to cults, occults, and secret societies in his son's tragic demise. The court became a battleground where spirituality clashed with the stark reality of a life lost in the throes of an attempt to dispel the supernatural. After a 4-day deliberation, the verdict arrived like a whispered breath. The Iverson family, all 7 of them, cleared of charges on March 14, 2019. The specter of this haunting incident lingered, leaving behind unanswered questions and casting doubt on the thin boundary between spiritual desperation and the chilling consequences that may follow. In the quiet aftermath, North London retained its secrets, and the Iverson family, forever marked by the shadows of an ill-fated exorcism, stepped back into the folds of anonymity. The whispers of that August still echoed, lost in the tapestry of unresolved mysteries that painted the Iverson family's tragic saga.
You have just heard the story about the Iverson family from North London and their devastating destiny. What are your thoughts on the Iverson family's actions? Comment below and share your opinions. Do you think the family's beliefs were justified, or did they go too far? You ever heard of some real-life paranormal incidents? If so, please write in the comment section me so I can do some investigation. Stories like this need some attention. Don't forget to like and subscribe.